Okay, so I am back. Sorry for that delay. So if you're just tuning in, there's a video before this one that you can watch. I was actually going into the colors for the fall, so I will continue to do that. I took my little headpiece thing off. I had it on, but I'm gonna take that off for now. So I think the part that I was on was getting to the different colors. So if you're watching this video, if this is your first time watching, if you didn't watch the first video, this is just going to be some fast fall fashion tips. All those F's in one sentence. So I think the last color I was on was blood red. So just to keep going, another color for the fall is gray, and then another color is mustard, which is kind of like a darker yellow. So yeah, when I was going to do this on YouTube, I planned to have this is the color, this is the color, this is what you're watching, but clearly the whole YouTube thing did not pan out. So another thing with fall fashion is to make sure that you mix it up. So what I mean with that is like making sure you put your whites with neutrals. Like I also had another picture that I was going to show here, but of course that didn't happen. So I will actually post that picture to my Facebook page so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But kind of like white color with like neutrals, like it kind of gives it like a fresh, clean look for the fall, and it's still crisp. Another thing is bows with neutral. So when I say bows with neutral, what I mean by that is like, say for instance, electric blue with like a camel or a caramel color. Another thing would be like green with gray, and that could be like an electric green with gray. So again, if you have any questions or comments on anything I'm talking about while I'm talking about it, make sure to comment below. Another thing is like red with navy. So like example of like the red with navy would be like this scarf. So that's like a really cute, good combination, is like the red with the navy. Another thing is like make sure you're not afraid of prints. Prints are so gorgeous in the fall. I like leopard print, especially in the fall. That's a really good one. Also patterns. Another favorite that I have is the monochromatic look. So if you don't know what monochromatic is pretty much where you do like the same look through and through. So that's like if I was going with, say for instance, burgundy, I would do burgundy lips, a burgundy top, a burgundy purse, burgundy pants, and just do that burgundy look from the top to the bottom. So that's what monochromatic is. And that's really big for the fall. It's like if you're gonna do like tan, you would do tan from like head to toe, and that's one of my favorite looks, is the monochromatic look. Another thing for the fall is like black with pops of color. So if you're gonna wear black in the fall, you could do all black, which is another monochromatic look, or you could also do black with red, or black with orange, or black with coral, or black with like a yellow. Those are other options for the fall. So again, like if you see me looking down, that's because I'm looking at my paper. If you're just watching this and you didn't by chance catch the other one, this video was pretty much supposed to be a YouTube video, but my camera and my computer were kind of messing up, and I kind of already had all this ready to go in the chamber, so I just decided I was just going to go ahead and just put these tips out there. So the next thing with fall, to me, the biggest thing is layering. So layering 101 and accessories. To me, like with the fall, that's when you really can see who has like real style versus fashion in the fall, is how do you make these things work when you have to be covered up, when you have to transition, when it's cold outside. How do you make this look nice? So that's kind of how I tend to look at that. So when it comes to layering and accessories, one of the biggest accessories in the fall, of course, is going to be scarves. I definitely love scarves. That's a dope accessory. You know, some people really get fancy with it and tie them all kinds of ways. Sometimes you just can put it on, but a scarf is definitely like one of those accessories in the fall that can make your look just go from bland to popping. Or like, say for instance, if you had like this is actually like a scarf, but it's kind of like a fur at the same time. I think I got this from like Forever 21, but like you could just like drape it around, and now your look has did something different that it originally wasn't doing. Another thing for the fall is, of course, stockings and leggings. I know you can go outside in the cold and your bare legs and just not have anything on, but I think a lot of times stockings add another layer and another element to your look. So I definitely suggest having a couple of different pairs of stockings and leggings to go with your dresses and your skirts for the fall. That's another look that is pretty big for the fall, is dresses with leggings. That's a look I definitely like, and I'll kind of go at the end into like the different types of outfits that you can actually put together. Another big thing is cardigans for the fall. Cardigans can definitely go from work to like happy hour to whatever you're going to be doing in the fall. So I definitely like cardigans as another thing that you can layer with in the fall. Also, my personal favorite is blazers. I love a good blazer, like a good fitted blazer that really fits you well. Is like one of those accessory pieces, especially in the fall, because it just really looks nice. And hey, Clayton, yeah, I definitely agree with your comment about the fall. That I definitely feel like that's when somebody's true style comes out, because anybody can kind of rock, no clothes or whatever. I mean, that's really easy, but in the fall, it's kind of tricky. You got to really put some pieces together and really make it match and really make it make sense. So speaking of that, another thing is hats. Hats for the fall is another big thing. I like the floppy hats. I like fitted hats. I like the kind of beignet, like the French hats. I like a little bit of everything when it comes to that. Another thing is button-ups for the fall. This is when you can definitely try a lot of different styles. Q, when you say does that go for guys too, is that for the hats or the button-ups or the blazers, or what part are you referring to on that? And while I'm waiting on you to hear the answer, the next thing I'll talk about is belts. Belts are essential for the fall. I mean, because to me in the summer, you might be wearing like, shorts or things where you don't really need belts. But I feel like in the fall, normally you're going to be wearing a lot more jeans. You're going to be a lot more covered up. So you really need like a belt to put that outfit and piece it together. That's just my personal opinion. So when you say all of it, I feel like for the most part, most of these things do go for guys, I would say, except maybe like, I'm trying to think what I've talked about that wouldn't really go for guys. I would say maybe like the stockings part, of course, wouldn't necessarily go for guys. But I think everything else, like with guys, if you're going to wear a blazer, you want to make sure it's fitted. Like there's nothing worse than having like a sloppy, kind of bigger blazer that doesn't fit you. So I think that's what any article of clothing, you want to make sure that you make sure that it fits. And I think guys can rock, not like a blazer like a lady's blazer, but like like a suit jacket. Like men can wear suit jackets and put those with denim or put them like that. To me, that's what I mean when I'm saying you could wear like a blazer. That's what I personally am referring to, is more like a suit jacket style for a guy. Another thing is transitional pieces. So that's like using some pieces that you already have from the previous seasons and piecing them together for to make something new for the fall. So that's like taking, a summer dress that may have some fall colors in it and, putting it with a jacket or putting it with the leggings and making sure that it, flows into the next season. That way you're getting more usage out of it. And then another thing is sweaters. Like I love sweaters that look different. Like you don't just have to do like the turtlenecks or the crew necks. Like there's so many different types of sweaters that I feel like you can wear in the fall time. And again, I feel like that's when your true style really shows. Like, what types of sweaters and what type of things are you gravitating towards during the fall. Like that's where I feel like your real style is going to show. And this part is for ladies. So I'll specify this part right here. This part is for the ladies. So you want to get some good totes and handbags for the fall. I feel like in the summer you wear a lot of crossovers and smaller purses because you're more on the go. But in the fall, I feel like you can do a bigger bag because you can put your lotion in there. You can put all your things in there. If you ever want to do a what's in my purse video, let me know. But a good place to get nice totes to me at an affordable price is Aldo. I feel like they have really nice colors, especially in the fall. I feel like they really bring their A game with their handbag, so that's a place that you could check out. As far as shoes, this next shoes part is this next shoes part is for the ladies. And yes, Q, a lot of these tips, you know, I think Tata dress is wonderful, but if you want to give her any of these tips, that's definitely cool as well. I'm definitely for that. Next topic is shoes. So in the fall, to me, there's certain types of shoes. And this part, I'm sorry, fellas, if you want me to do a video for the fellas, I can another day and kind of be specific about that. But for the ladies, as far as shoes, the 3 types of shoes I'll talk about for the fall are booties. Booties are like the boots that like stop like right here, like they're a little bit shorter. Sometimes they're open toed, sometimes they're not. I really love those for the fall. I just think those are just super dope, and they can definitely like make an outfit look a lot better, a lot quicker. They go with dresses, they go with skirts. I feel like they're multifaceted. Next are riding boots. And riding boots are like, how can I explain it? Like the horseback riding type of boots. And those are normally like flat for the most part. And yeah, I would say like a brown pair or a black pair. And I'll kind of talk about what these should go with in the next part. So I'm not going to talk too much about them in this part. And then lastly, you have like your thigh highs. So normally those are heeled. And I personally, like when it comes to winter and boot season, I personally think like a black pair and a brown pair are essential. And then if you can afford it as well, like a gray pair. But I think like black and brown, which are like the 2 basic colors, those can normally like fit into your winter. Those would fit into your winter and fall ensemble at the same time. And I'm trying to read this comment at the same time. Yeah, and it's hard to take risks, especially in the fall, because number 1, you're cold. Number 2, you're normally trying to get in and get out of wherever you're going. And you want to be cute, but you want to be comfy. So that's kind of the thing with the fall. So to kind of tie it in, like as far as combos for the fall, like my favorite 4 are, I just wrote down 4. Again, if this was on YouTube, it was supposed to have the pictures and everything like that. So I'm kind of improvising on the live, but I really just wanted to kind of talk about it. So the number 1 for me is a blazer with a button up, with denim and thigh highs. That's just like a cute look to me. That's like a look you can't mess up to me. Like, I feel like no matter your shape, no matter your size, that just, to me, that just looks good on all shapes, sizes, and versions of women. A blazer with the button up, with the denim, and the thigh high boots. That looks good to me. Another one, the second one is a cute sweater with jeans, with the booties. And depending on what type of jeans you have, like if you have the jeans that, you know, kind of stop at a certain area and you have the booties, you really want to make sure they connect above the jeans, or you want to make sure you have on some, you know, some socks that if they show, they're cute. Like you don't want to just wear, you know, like your random, you know, white socks that you wear to the gym, because then you're going to be looking crazy like Michael Jackson. So you don't want to do that. Then next, the third one is a plain shirt. So like, you know, no buttons, nothing like that. Just a plain shirt, a cardigan, a scarf, and any type of bottom. I feel you can really pull that look off. So that could be like with the skirt, with denim, with kind of whatever you want when it comes to that. And then lastly, the fourth one, which I see a lot of people do, and to me is very functional, and I feel like you could dress it up or dress it down. And that's a dress with leggings, riding boots, and a scarf. That's another one that I feel is very, very simple to put together, and it's very hard for you to mess up. So those are kind of just like the basics to me of like the fall fashion. So I want to make the video as short and sweet as possible. I could definitely talk more in depth about each topic, but I definitely wanted to make the video very short, very straight to the point. So if you have any questions while I'm still on here, now is a great time to ask. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely make an extended version of this video if people are interested and really talk about like each subject more in depth. but I initially asked people if they wanted to see a video that was 10 minutes or less. So I definitely tried to stay 10 minutes or less within this video. So that was kind of like my aim. So if anybody has any questions or thoughts or on anything I said, you could definitely, comment below. Another thing is as well, like, I personally do image consulting on the side. So pretty much I do personal shopping. If you or someone you know needs personal shopping or help with anything like that, I do image cultivation. So to me, I mean, I feel like your personality is how your style shines. Like, how you feel about yourself, it shows outwardly, you know, in a positive way. And that's not saying it's all about clothes, it's all about makeup, it's all about your hair. I feel like it's about putting yourself together in a manner that fits you and makes sense for you. And another thing I tell people is, and fits your budget. That's why I personally call myself fine and frugal. Like, I think sometimes people hear the word frugal and they're like, oh, that means cheap. And I'm like, no, that means like you know how to stay on your budget. You know how to make sure your stuff is within an affordable price range. And that's what I think of when I hear the word frugal. So that's kind of what I try to do with myself personally, and with my clients, is make sure that they're staying within a particular budget. So again, I thank you guys who have watched, who have commented, who've had things to say. Yeah, so if you want to see an extended version, let me know. If you have any questions or comments even after the video is done, make sure you let me know. It's your girl, Pretty Girl Peeps. And I am going to wait around for maybe like 30 seconds to see if there are any questions. And then I'm going to peace out if there's not. And how was y'all day? Matter of fact, while I'm just sitting here, I guess I can ask, how was somebody's day? And my voice is kind of going out. Because that's kind of the difference with doing live and doing YouTube. Like on YouTube, I can like go get a sip of water and come back and pause it. But like when you're going live, it's just like I'm just going and I'm just talking and talking and talking, with no break, no pause, no anything. So this is more like raw, uncut. So anything like I say is just coming out. Anything that I do is just being seen. So that's kind of the difference too, between this and the YouTube. So I don't know if 30 seconds is up or not. So yeah, so this was my quick, fast, fun fashion tips. If you want to see a part 2 or anything like that, tell Tada I love her too. Let me know. So again, it's your girl, Pretty Girl Peeps. Peace out.